He said yes to everyone, gave his time, energy, and dreams away, and slowly lost himself. The hero of everyone else's story, yet invisible in his own. Silent sacrifices stacked up, unnoticed, while his own goals gathered dust. What happens when helping everyone leaves you empty? When overtrusting without boundaries becomes self-erasure? The day he finally said no, even once, everything began to change. Sometimes the bravest act isn't fighting the world, it's choosing yourself. Arman had always been the kind of person who said yes before anyone even finished asking. In school, he shared his notes. In college, he stayed up late helping friends finish assignments. At work, he volunteered for extra tasks even when his own desk was overflowing. He believed being useful meant being valuable. Every morning, he stood before the mirror in his small room, adjusting his simple shirt, practicing a confident smile that never quite reached his tired eyes. Friends often joked that he was too soft for the world, yet they relied on that very softness. When someone needed money, he lent it. When someone needed emotional support, he listened for hours, leaning in, concern etched on his face. Society praised sacrifice. A good man always puts others first, people said. So Arman carried that sentence like a rule carved in stone, ignoring the tightness in his chest whenever he canceled his own plans. Slowly, almost without noticing, he became the background character in his own life, laughing when others laughed, agreeing when others decided, walking half a step behind, mistaking being needed for being respected, while his own dreams gathered dust in the corner like unopened boxes. The shift happened slowly, like cracks spreading across glass. One of his closest friends launched a startup and convinced Arman to invest his savings, promising they would build it together. Arman worked late nights designing plans, making calls, skipping meals, eyes red from exhaustion, while his friend managed the public image. When the project gained attention, Arman noticed his name missing from presentations, his contributions reduced to vague team support. He smiled awkwardly, hands folded tightly, telling himself it didn't matter as long as the dream succeeded. Then the money started disappearing, and excuses replaced updates. Invitations from other friends became rare, arriving only when someone needed a favor. One evening, Arman sat alone in a dim cafe, staring at his reflection in the dark window. His phone was silent. The chair across from him was empty. Slowly, he realized he had taught people how to treat him. By always saying yes, he had erased his own no. By always stepping back, he had shown them he didn't require space. Tears filled his eyes, not because others had changed, but because he finally saw his own role in the pattern. That night, walking under dim streetlights, shoulders slightly hunched, hands deep in pockets, he felt broken and awake. The truth was simple and painful. He had been stuck, not because people betrayed him, but because he never drew a line. Change did not arrive with speeches or revenge. It began the next morning when Arman let a phone call ring without answering it immediately. His heart raced as he paced across his small room, practicing a calm expression, as if preparing for a quiet scene in a film. When he finally returned the call, he said he was busy and could not help this time. The words felt strange, yet steady. He began waking up earlier, not to solve someone else's crisis, but to work on his own plans. The notebook of business ideas he had long ignored reopened, and he took small, consistent steps. Some friends reacted with confusion, others with irritation. Arman listened, posture straight, face composed, repeating his boundaries without argument. His circle grew smaller but lighter. He discovered that helping from strength is beautiful, but helping from fear of losing people is self-erasure. Months later, standing in a modest workspace he built with his own effort, sunlight falling softly across the room, he felt a quiet confidence that depended on no one's approval. He still cared about others, but he no longer abandoned himself to prove it. Respect often follows distance, not constant availability. Over-trusting without boundaries is not kindness, it is silent suffering. The day he learned to protect his time, honor his energy, and say no without guilt, his life began to move. Sometimes the most powerful growth starts the day you stop begging to belong and start choosing yourself. Sometimes helping everyone else can leave your own dreams waiting. Saying yes too often teaches people how to treat you, not how to see you. Protect your time. Take small steps for yourself, and your life will start moving.